Chernobyl. Um, like I say, I built the first nuclear reactor, and it was very safe, and it was about like 1,000 or 2,000 years ago. The very first one I built, or I had built, and it was Germans and some other people basically built it with me or for me or whatever. I paid for it basically. Anyway, we built it, and it was a very safe one, and very, 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 very carefully done, by the way, with very high standards with everything. Um, anyway, though, so me, Lucifer Star, Brian or Alexander, depending on which name you want to go by. My name is Brian Briley and Alexander, and they could use any name they wanted, but Chernobyl was my reactor, my four reactors. And I believe it was actually built like 1,000 years ago or something like that. It was a long, long, long time ago when we actually built them. They were some of the safest reactors ever built. And they were built by, I don't know, you could call them Americans, but basically they was built by pretty much, I believe the group at the time was Germans, and also I think Lithuanians, if I remember right. I think Lithuanians might have had some involvement in it. I'm not exactly sure because like there's so many groups, and but it was a very safe reactor. It was really safe. It even had I even spent a lot of extra money because, like I said, the sub basement was actually full of sand or something like that. It was full of the underground underneath Chernobyl was actually designed to protect the outside environment. The Chernobyl reactor was one of the safest reactors ever. And realistically, I was going to launch some nuclear rockets from there. Actually, I was going to make this big old thing underneath it and then launch them. Yeah, whatever. So, something crazy like that, something crazy cool or something like that. That's what it's supposed to be used for. Is it's supposed to be a launch site or something like that. I don't know, some long range plan or whatever with nuclear rockets, because we had actually built some nuclear rockets back in 1902 or whatever. We had done some nuclear rockets, and we are actually getting fuel for some nuclear rockets to be able to launch nuclear rockets. Anyway, some really crazy fun project like that basically is what Chernobyl was actually going to be for. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what they did with whatever it was that was going on there. Anyway, though, but I had paid for it and I had built it, and it was Germany and me, and basically, it was my reactor. It's my reactor. I had a couple reactors actually, even some other ones that were square or whatever, or hexagon reactors. I mean, if you go back, way back to the very first nuclear reactors, you'll find me, Lusifer Star, messing around very carefully. My people were building them with me and stuff like that. I was like, now be careful. And my people were being very, 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 very careful. And my people respected the reactors a lot because, I mean, they're very dangerous. And so lots of scientists, lots of very, very, very intelligent, lots of very, very careful people were designing and building these things. And still a lot of people died because of it. Even though they were the safest reactors that ever been built, even though everything was done right, even though there were safety systems and safety systems and safety systems upon safety systems, they're still dangerous. Well, I mean, like I say, our nuclear reactor will be fine today. It'll be fine tomorrow. It'll be fine for about 50 years or 100 years. But then one day, no matter what you do, it's going to blow. Because the shield walls and the shielding and everything else is like I said, the radiation is constantly eating at those shield walls. The pipes are constantly getting scored. Like I say, you can take a pipe and put it in a radioactive environment, and there'll be millions of little pits in it, trillions of pits. It slowly is eating. It eats the shield. It eats this. It eats that. No matter what, when those little rays go out, they're picking away at the molecules. And there are about 10,000 or 1,000 particles that we can't see. We can't even read. We don't even know what they're doing. We have no idea about them. There's about 1,000 particles that humans have no idea exist. No idea. And back in time when I was first working with humans and everything else like that, I just told them, I said, well, here's the way it is. There's 1,000 particles that you can't see and you have no idea they exist, or more. Depending on your technology level, there's probably about 10,000 up to 30,000 particles that you have no idea exist, and they can kill you. Anyway, so like I said, Geiger counters don't really read all that much. They just read the disturbance, and they actually read, like, it takes a lot to before they actually can read. And Germany made the easiest way to do, well, even the little monitors, that they only pick up a certain, which are basically, it's just film. It's just film that gets exposed or whatever. That's all it is. Anyway, and that's only certain radiation. Anyway, there's certain radiation. Well, it always affects you, but certain radiation levels are big enough to where they actually kill you. Anyway, though, and a lot of people say, "Fuck this guy," ooh, or whatever, or something stupid at me. Anyway, though, but the Chernobyl reactor, almost every reactor, it's mine or was because of something that I did. I mean, all the radiation, all the nuclear energy people, everything nuclear was basically Lusifer Star at one point in time. I decided, I mean, I didn't want to get into it, and I personally was like, it's too dangerous. Let's just go hydropower. Like, let's just do hydropower. Forget the radiation. I mean, we can mess around with it, and some people were messing around with it very, very, very carefully. Germans or someone. Anyway, it's not something you should mess around with. So, I mean, then there's tons of radiation coming off of that star in the center of our solar system. Anyway, a lot of people don't really understand how old I was and all that other stuff, and I was like, well, children, this is the way it is. It's incredibly dangerous. You shouldn't mess around with it, and if you do, you have to do it. But you can't even look at it. Like, don't even be in the same room. If you plan to mess around with it, you have to use little cables and grippers and stuff, and you have to use a camera with leaded glass, and then it is somewhat safe. Don't ever be in the same room with a reactive isotope of any sufficient quality or whatever. Anyway, though, I mean, be deathly scared, and you might live. Treat it like it's just another particle or just something else. It's not grease. It's not. Anyway, it's not like this knife where you can just take it apart and mess around with it. It's something that if you don't respect, it is going to kill you, and it's going to kill all your friends. It's going to kill everyone else you know. And it's just a matter of time. Anyway, though, but lots of people were restricting it. Maybe they wanted the LSL ammo or whatever, or something stupid from radiation. It's like, and realistically, I heard that basically they wanted to create a bomb so they could hold the world hostage or people hostage. Like, that's just stupid. Anyway, it'll kill you long before you ever get to the bomb stage. Anyway, though, apparently they're using the Chernobyl to enrich something or do something stupid, and that's what actually happened, I think. I don't really know. Like I said, I mean, it took a long time for them to even go near it, and I've heard that there was no evacuation, that they didn't evacuate the site, and that people just died or got sick. I don't really know. I mean, they've suppressed everything about the reactor. I mean, it's mine. And the truth is, they walked in there and they probably shot a bunch of people and killed a bunch of people, arrested a bunch of people, and no one was there. Anyway, because there was a lot of that going around. I mean, my power armor suits, my everything. Like, there's a bunch of people with guns running around thinking they could just kill people and take over. And it's like, you can't really do that. Life is not a movie. So anyway, I don't really know what happened at Chernobyl, and I doubt anybody does know.